So let's talk about interest rates, the elephant in the room. Interest rates are actually going down. So 6.87 for a 30-year fix and 6.12 for a 15-year fix. And then you can see the 30-year FHA here is sitting at about 6.38%, which is fantastic because this is the biggest daily drop for mortgage rates in over a month. That is fantastic because that amounts to huge savings for you every month on your mortgage payment. Another interesting thing that is happening is that we have switched to a buyer's market. We haven't seen this in over 8 years. So if you're going to buy, now is really the time. Why? Because as of April, the US housing market had nearly 34% more sellers than buyers shopping for a home. So what does this mean for you? This means that you're going to be able to pick pretty much any house that you want, that you see fits you and your family and your lifestyle, and not have much competition to go along with it. This is a far cry from the 2021 market that we were facing, where you had a bidding wars and everyone was competing for the same house. It's not like that anymore. That's a great thing for buyers. This also helps you leverage your negotiating power. You can get some insane deals, price reductions, seller concessions, save a ton of money on the home you really want. Now's a great time to accomplish that. Think of it like stocks. You want to buy low and sell high. Now is the time to buy low. If you're still concerned about interest rates, that's okay. The idea is to date the rate and marry the home. You can always adjust your interest rate later on down the road in a few years when you've got some equity under your belt, and you still get to keep the house for the same low price that you bought it for. The reason why there's not a lot of buyers in the market right now is because of uncertainty. And in times of uncertainty, people tend to freeze up and don't want to do anything. And that's completely an understandable feeling. However, this is something that investors really take advantage of. They know that when there's times of uncertainty, that's a good time to buy and to get in while they can, because they know they're going to get a deal nobody else can get. Let me show you what I mean by all this crazy inventory. So I put in a search for Northern Colorado between about Boulder and Fort Collins for anything with 3-bed, 2-bath between the prices of $450,000 and $550,000. And we have so many listings available. 569 listings are available between 3-bed, 2-bath, $450,000 to $550,000. So what does that mean for you? That means that you could probably afford a house with way better amenities for a lot less money. So I left all of the criteria the same: location, price. The only thing I changed was to 4-bed and 3-bath minimums, and we're still at 206 listings. That is a crazy amount of inventory. So you can really find something you really love for about the same price. That's amazing. Even though it's a buyer's market now, it's still a really good idea to get pre-approved from your lender. So there's a difference between getting pre-approved and pre-qualified. Pre-qualified just means they're going to kind of take a look at your credit score and make a gauge of how well they think that you will get approved for. But if you get a pre-approval letter, they're going to really dig deep into your finances and really be able to give you a solid number of what they would approve you for if you were to take out a loan through them. So having a pre-approval letter is always the way to go and makes your bid that much stronger to sellers. Even in a buyer's market, you still might have some competition, and it's always a good idea to get it done just so that it's out of the way and you don't have to think about it when you're under contract. And of course, if you need help finding a lender, I have a couple that I can refer you to that do an amazing job, and I would be happy to give you their contact information. As always, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns about anything at all. I'm always here to help, no matter what point in the process of home buying you're in.